Sorry. Today we're going to be talking about emergency funds. My microphone wasn't on. Today we're going to be talking about emergency funds. So welcome. I hope that you are ready to learn why emergency funds are important. Okay. So let's just dive in really quickly. So we first want to understand why we need one. Well, you need an emergency fund in case you have an emergency. Very simple. It's not rocket science. I'm sure that you've been in a situation where you've needed something and you didn't have any money set to the side. So then you had to try to figure out which paycheck you were going to use to take care of these things. And so it was just, something that you had to figure out. So today we want to really, really understand why we need one. And that's not to be funny or make it like, you're not intelligent and know that you need emergency funds. Sometimes people just don't know how to set aside the money. Sometimes people don't see at the moment a way to even carve out any additional money to be able to put to the side. But hopefully, in this video, you will understand that even starting with a small amount can make a huge difference. Okay. So, generally, the rule of thumb is that you want to have between 3 to 6 months of reserves in an account just in case, job layoffs, different things like that. But I'm going to challenge you to understand that you don't need it all at one time. Okay. You can figure it out, right? How to do it little by little because you may not have an emergency in a few years. Like when I'm building an emergency fund, honestly, I've had to dip into it for an emergency maybe every like 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because my mindset is at the place of understanding that some things are not considered an emergency. And we'll get more into that as we progress on. Okay. All right. So, emergency funds, let me break down really quickly the realization that it doesn't mean that you need to cover every single solitary thing in your monthly budget, right? That would be awesome and that would be great if you can do that, but everybody's not able to do that. So, you want to make sure that you are able to cover rent. Obviously, you want to pay where you stay. If you have a car payments, insurance on that car, make sure you keep that up. Tags, anything that would aid in a job search or starting a business. Some people start businesses when they get laid off. Some people want to be entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to have some money set to the side in case you need to do those things. Now, paying credit cards and other loans maybe that you have, are they important? Yes, but they are not at the top of the list when you have an emergency. And that's where I think people get it confused. So let's just say your monthly expenses all in is about 6 grand. Okay. You do not need to try to put away $18,000. That would be great, but you just want to cover the main things that you need. Again, rent, car payments if you have them, insurance, anything to help aid in a job search, whether that be setting aside money for gas, right? 'Cause if you got to rip and run to different interviews or you got doctor's appointments, things like that, you want to be able to have that set to the side. Okay. So that's where a lot of people have the misconception that, oh my gosh, I need all of this money, when technically that helps to bring down the amount of money that you will actually need because it'll be less because you're not trying to cover your whole household expenses. Again, it's an emergency. Okay. And if you have trouble paying your credit cards and different things like that, then you can just simply reach out to those companies and say, hey, I had a job loss. They will work with you. I've been in that situation before. So, they'll work with you. So that's why I said they're kind of, not that they aren't important, but they are lower down on the list. All right. And then emergency funds are different than your regular savings. Okay. Some people don't know that. When people take my class or we do one-on-one coaching or anything like that, they'll say, yeah, I got some money saved. And I'm like, no, you have to have separate, right? So savings and emergency funds are two totally different things. Your savings account is for like things like a rainy day, it is for like if you want to go on vacation. Those are savings. Those are not emergencies. So these funds have to be separated. And people usually have like this great aha moment, like, oh, I get it. That's why I don't never have anything in savings, because I'm always dipping into it. I'm like, yeah, that could be a problem. Okay. And have a separate banking account. And then, if you have the option, I know some banks allow you to be able to nickname your account. So, nickname your account emergency funds. Again, when you are on a mindset journey, you are trying to find ways to trick your brain into doing what it is that you need it to do. Okay. So, emergency funds, when you see that, when you go to check your bank accounts and you actually see the words emergency funds, it causes your brain to be like, oh, wait, shoot, this is not just money I can spend. So you go to the bank, or you're checking your bank accounts and you see you got $3,000 in this account, and you're like, oh, your not money mindset will be like, oh, here's some money we can pull from and go out and have dinner, or here's some money. No, that's why you need to label it emergency funds. So that way it pauses you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So when you look, your brain starts to go, oh, shoot, emergency funds. No, that is something that we should not touch. So that's why it is important to label things, right? That has been a game changer for me. It has been a game changer for a lot of my clients. And so I would highly recommend that you try to do that. Try to label your bank accounts. Okay. And if you are currently paying off debt, excuse me, if you're currently paying off debt, it is okay to contribute a smaller amount to your emergency funds, because the one of the main things too is we want to get you out of debt, right? We want to get you out of credit card debt, personal loan debt, whatever other kind of debt you got. We want to try to get you out of that. So contributing a smaller amount to your emergency funds is totally fine during this season, during this journey. All right. So then let's talk about creative ways to build an emergency fund. So set aside a monthly amount to contribute from your income. Okay. So figure that out. Once you get really good at budgeting, figure out how much you can comfortably set to the side. Now, again, let me just tell you this. Let me be very clear, and please hear my heart. I don't care how much you put to the side at first, because on a mindset journey, again, you are telling your brain what we need to be doing, right? You are making your money, you are putting your money to work for you. So if you say, okay, I'm gonna put away $2, and I know people might laugh and be like, $2, that's not even worth. Let me tell you something. On a mindset journey, what it does is it starts to get your brain in the mindset of, we save every time we get money. Okay. So it becomes a priority. So guess what? That $2 now turns into $20, because you start to see your bank account go up, and you start to see that it is a game changer for you. You're starting to see your money go up. You're starting to see that now you have savings in places, and you're like, Dag, I've never been able to save money effectively. Right. So then you start to put more and more into it. So I'm not concerned about what you start off with. I'm concerned about the consistency and how you're going to shift a lot quicker, because your brain, again, is like, oh, we got money. Whether you get money for Christmas, whether you get money for your birthday, whether you get money, you want an office pool at work, whatever, wherever you get extra money from, your brain is like, oh, okay, we put away money. Let me put some money away. And I promise you, it's going to go up each and every time. I promise you, I am a witness, watching my clients and myself. It goes up every single time, because you start to see things as a priority. All right. And then use an automatic savings app like Acorns, Digit, or Stash. These are just some ones that I have tested out. I currently use Acorns. I did use Digit in the past and Stash in the past. Acorns, because it is like an investment app that you can have on your phone. Putting money there, I do get a return on my investment. So I just prefer to throw money in there. I throw right now, I think I'm doing $30 a month, and I've had it for I forgot how many years. I check in on it from time to time, and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, okay, it's growing pretty good, right? So that is a place that I can pull from as well if I absolutely, absolutely need to. So that's, that's good. And it's good to see your money go up. All right. Sell items that you aren't using any longer. So I love eBay. Okay. Usually I do things that I can mail, right? Because the world that we live in don't really want people coming to my house to pick up things. That's just me. Again, you can do whatever you want to do. But I just recently sold something on eBay and I made a quick 150 bucks. So what did I do with that 150 bucks? I put it in my emergency fund because I am still building and I'm still stacking because I have my magic number that I want. And so I'm still working and building and stacking that. So I'm sure there's some things around your house that you can sell. They have like sites like Poshmark. They have sites like eBay. You can sell things on Etsy. You can create your own doggone website, right? But I'm sure there are some things around your home that you could sell at consignment shops, different things like that. So you could have some money in your house that you could easily put into your emergency funds. You just have to look around and find it. All right. And then sell a service and use that money to pad your emergency funds. So I also retwist locks. So when I retwist locks, I take that money from my clients. I usually take half of it because I don't use the whole amount. So I take half of it and I put it into an emergency fund. Okay. So that's another great way to be able to pad your emergency fund. And then take extra money that you save on reduced spending and throw some of it or all of it into the fund, right? So when you are now that we're going to be getting better with budgeting and we're going to be saving money. So what you would do is, let's just say you used to eat out 5 days a week. Now you're down to eating 3 days a week. Okay. So that extra money that you would have spent, take that and put that in your emergency fund. Okay. All these different inventive ways of things that you can do, right? Okay. And then creating an emergency fund is possible at any income level, right? Again, I don't care how much you're saving at first, $1, $2, $3, but I don't care. Again, we need to trick this into doing what we wanted to do. We save every time we get some money. Okay. And as the fund grows, your peace of mind will also. So I remember seeing my emergency fund growing and growing and growing into the thousands. And I was like, oh, wow. So when I needed new tires, I didn't have to worry. Bam. I didn't have to wait until I got paid. I didn't have to put it on a credit card. Bam. It was there. Okay. It makes you feel so good. And then once you reach your desired amount, you can stop contributing, right? So that's the beauty of it. Once you get to your magic number, whatever that number will be, you can stop and start to focus on other things. All right. Okay. And so quickly, this is a way that I stay organized. So I just wanted to share these 5 buckets to help you stay organized. This is how I keep myself organized with my emergency funds. So um, my bank account allows me to bucket my money. So I can name, so it's a hub, right? It's one main account, but I can divide out how much I want in each bucket. So here are 5 buckets that I use. The first one is car repairs and maintenance. So I would use that for like um any type of car expenses, even down to oil changes. Oil changes have gotten so expensive over the years. Oh my gosh. So that even wiper blades, even car fresheners, that's just what I do just to keep that type of stuff separate. So I put that there because I don't want to, you never know when you're going to need them, right? So that's just me. Uh, that's just me. I just put everything car related in that category. Then next is appliances. If you have to buy a new washer, buy a new dryer, or if you have a third party warranty, like you have a washer and dryer. So I have a home warranty that covers my appliances. So if I have to have a repair on my appliances, what I do is I put the money to the side. So I have a copay, not copay, um, um, a service fee that they charge. Is it a copay? No, it's not a copay. What is it called? When you call and you put in the service request, then they charge you a deductible. I'm sorry. Okay. Bam. There we go. So I have $100 deductible. So what they do is they will send out the check. I pay my $100. So what I do is I put that money to the side. Not I put a little bit to the side. So then I get up to the $100 and then I stop because I have it there. Okay. Because that helps me not to have to disrupt my budget again, not have to wait until I get my paycheck and be like, oh shoot, now I got to try to carve out $100. Okay. Then the third one is medical. So that one is for copays, over the counter medicine. I remember my daughter injured herself, so I had to buy ankle brace, knee brace. You know what I'm saying? All of those little types of things, because what you always have to remember is when something happens, if you didn't budget for it, the money has to come from somewhere. So that means you had to pull it from somewhere. Okay. And the more organized you are, the better you'll be. All right. So some people will be thinking, oh, well, it was just a knee brace. What did it cost? $10, $20. Yeah. But again, where am I pulling that $20 from if I didn't budget for it? So I put these things to the side. So I have money when things happen. I can just go, oh, okay, I've got $500 in this medical, but okay, fine. I need $150 out of there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then general is what, like we talked about earlier. We talked about rent, car payment, car insurance, all those type of things. So that would be in that account. And then home repair. Home repair, again, roof, siding, whatever you got going on that you need to. So these are 5 ways that I stay organized. And so, they may be helpful for you, or you could come up with your own categories, but it's just a good thing to keep things separated, um, because it will just help you so much more if you just separate out and know exactly how much you have set to the side for each individual thing that you are saving for an emergency for. Okay, hope that made sense. If not, drop in the comments. You got any questions? Please feel free. I answer all comments, so please feel free to drop one and I will gladly answer it if still need a little bit of explaining. Okay? And then thinking time. So, this is something that I like to do again to get people thinking. All right. So, your emergency fund is designed to keep you safe in a financial emergency, and only you can determine what that amount is. So, that's why I call it your magic number. Your magic number. You sit down, whether you're single, married, whatever, you sit down with yourself, sit down with your spouse, and figure out what that magic number needs to be. And then we format a plan of how to get that done. Okay. How to effectively put to the side. And I don't want you to get overwhelmed, because understanding that slow and steady wins the race. Okay. It's built over time. Again, thinking, okay, I need $12,000. Well, you don't need $12,000 today. This is something that you need to build over time, because I don't want you to get overwhelmed and then not do anything, right? The best thing to do is to just start. Just start, open up a high yield savings account, put $5 in there, put $25 in there. Just start. And then as you do that little by little, just add a little bit at a time until you can work up to the place where you can put more and more in there. Okay. You can, again, as you are selling things, you can you can pad it then. If you get income tax, you can pad it then. You know what I'm saying? So don't be overwhelmed by it. Just work slowly. All right. And then consider opening a high yield savings account, which I just talked about, to hold the funds. That way your money is working for you and you are getting some interest back on your money. All right. So I hope that this was helpful. And also, I am so passionate about helping people to be able to look at things differently, look at their finances differently. So I love coaching people. I love teaching classes. I love teaching courses. I'm currently working on an online course where people can do it. I'm sorry, like self-guided. But I also currently teach a live class where the class is for 8 weeks. We meet once a week for an hour, and it is so much fun. It is so much fun learning about finances, learning about how to be in a better position financially, getting rid of all of that stinking thinking. We laugh. Some people shed tears because they are so just over the moon excited about being in a different place and understanding their finances better and seeing their emergency funds go up. I've had people pay off cars, credit cards, loans, houses, all of that stuff, right? Buy income property because they were able to shift and adjust their mindset. So I am going to leave the links below. If you're interested in finding out more about my coaching, learning out more about my classes, learn more about the different templates that I have to help you to be able to be successful, please check them out. I will leave them below. And hopefully I can get a chance to work with some of you, all of you, whatever, to be able to work with you and help you to be on a path to financial freedom, right? Everybody wants to be able to breathe, to not have to worry about things. I am so grateful and thankful to God that I am in a place where I don't worry about when things go up, inflation. Do I like to pay higher prices? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was really upset about the price of eggs, and we just keep it 100. I was really upset because I went in the store and an 18 count of eggs was $15. I said, from who? Who finna pay $15? Not me. Because guess what? I found out that I went to Sam's Club and 2 dozen eggs cost me only $6. So I'm not finna give y'all $15. Not that I couldn't pay $15, but I'm not. When I can get 2 dozen for $6 over here at Sam's Club. So anyway, um, so I love helping people. I love it, love it, love it. And I hope that you will come back to the channel. You will come back to get more and more content. I'm going to be doing more kind of like slides and teachings and different things like that because I just want to make sure that I help as many people get to the place financially that they want to be in. I don't want you to have to worry about when things fluctuate and go up and down because it's not anything that we can control. The only thing that we can control is how we manage the money that God has blessed us to make. Okay. The money that God has blessed to flow through our hands. That's the only thing we can control. We can't control what they do. All right. So I will see you in the next video. Please share, like, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you so much for your attention today. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.